I hope that this recording comes in one piece. I had to stop the recording, so I guess I could check. Well, I'm going to assume it worked. Yes. The peace of God is shining in me now. Why wait for heaven? We are what we came from. We are God incarnate inside a body. What that means in non-dual terms is that consciousness located itself for the experience of being people into bodies. And now consciousness wants to wake up and remember, so we can then participate in everything in this life without the belief of separation. So we're going to take an action. We're going to respond like we would have before, but we're not going to believe we're separate individuals. We're just as feeling, we're just as loving. We even respond in getting cold or being angry, but it's not a personal anger. It's injustice for the moment that someone is being hurt, or if someone steps on our toes, or there's an ouch feeling because we're human beings. But without that personal story, it's nothing. It's just weather. I know I've said that before, but it is truly my guidance. It is truly how I live. I just had a friend, I guess she's a former friend, because she just said, I've asked you to get in touch to have a chat. And that was last January. And I asked you several times, and this is April and you haven't done it yet. So she asked if she had hurt my feelings in any way. And I said, no, you haven't done anything wrong. And then I explained that I've been teaching a lot. I've been consulting, I'm writing, I'm putting out a lot in the world, more than I'm used to. More videos, more teaching classes, more new things that require write-ups and coordinating with other people. And I prefer not to have the pressure to have extra chats, because I'm very fulfilled by this work, but I'm also left without the desire to chat. And I'd never expressed that way that Rosalind comes in the world, but it felt like it was time, especially since this person was asking for an explanation. So I explained that to her. And I also told her that there isn't anybody else that is a better friend that I spend regular chatting time with. And I said, my friends are still my friends, even when I don't talk to them. And she wrote back and said, I cannot be friends with someone through the ethers. I can only be friends with somebody with regular communication. And I value your friendship from the past, and basically goodbye. Well, I'm glad she understands she didn't do anything wrong and that I'm just a strange to her kind of person where I don't need to talk or I don't desire to talk like she does. The reason I'm sharing this is it's weather, you know. She chose to unfriend me. That's the context. That is over. And she'll have a new context with someone else. And I do every day. We all do. We're being, I believe, led around by destiny, that it is written, and we're going to meet who we're going to meet, and we're going to say goodbye to who we're going to say goodbye to, and it's not personal. Now, she may think it's personal, but that doesn't mean I need to feel like it's personal. No one did anything wrong. Everybody was just being their embodiment of life as it has been for us. Maybe I'll become a chatty person soon. Maybe she'll be more withdrawn soon. Who knows? We don't know what's next. But it's not personal. I feel the same toward her that I have always felt toward her. And I still consider her my friend, even though I've been unfriended. And that's the weather. So let's see what else they say about enlightenment or anything else. It says we practice coming nearer to the light in us today. We take our wandering thoughts and gently bring them back to where they fall in line with all the thoughts we share with God. Now here they talk about we will not let them stray. We let the light within our minds direct them to go home. So in non-duality, there isn't any of this straying because everything is the oneness. Everything is made of consciousness, and consciousness is temporarily embodied in a body. And the weather is these straying thoughts, or my friend deciding to confront me, and me deciding this is the right time to tell her I don't like to chat, and that's why I haven't called you back. And I didn't say to her that if you were my other friend who had 2 children pass on, that I would have been there, because I would have been moved to speak to you. I am not moved to speak to this person. And so I'm not going to speak to this person just because she requested that I call her. So there are some minor differences, but I suppose that the Course in Miracles was a tremendous, tremendous help. I don't think I could have gotten to the weather, that the thoughts are just the weather. They come and they go, and they're not personal. In non-duality, we don't claim our thoughts. We don't claim them as ours, because if there's no person, whose thoughts would they be? And we all know that if we say anger happened, that's different than claiming I am angry. I don't think a Course in Miracles person would suggest putting those words together any more than a non-dual person. And this dichotomy is not relevant either. It's just that there are people in my life that see themselves as non-dual students and teachers and other people that see themselves as devoutly Course in Miracles students and teachers. And both of them quote the position. And you know what? It has nothing to do with enlightenment. Enlightenment is of the heart. Enlightenment is knowing that we are the light, the way lesson 188 starts. The lesson is about knowing where we came from, what we are returning to, and that the dream of imperfection is almost over. We may get glimpses, instead of glimpses of enlightenment, we may get glimpses of how it used to be when we believed that we were a separate person. Those can be few and far between, and they still come up for all of us in reactions because of our conditioning. But we don't need to grab on and add paragraphs. We don't need to believe them, because remember, the Course tells us it's a belief in separation. It's not because you were separated. And that's the gold. That's the wisdom of A Course in Miracles. You have only one problem, and that's a belief in separation. And that means you think you're a body. And so I'm adding to that today that you might consider your body as the embodiment of the ego. And that kind of shakes up the brain to say, well, if the whole body is the ego, then what am I? Good. I is the you that never has been a body, that never will be a body, that has always been and always will be. You know that song, You Are My Sunshine? Well, that's it. We are each other's sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. We can be that for each other, and we can be that for ourselves. And let's just take our last few minutes together. And remember our wholeness. Remember our connection to the one source. And that means we need do nothing to connect to each other. We're like the trees with their roots connected. It's not a doing when they connect to their brother and sister trees and their roots and the ancestors. That's us. And I thank you for the gratitude. I thank you for the ability to be together. Thanking for gratitude is a new one for me. I am grateful for gratitude. I'm grateful for the knowing that this body that's a personal self is not me. I am the one who sees from. I am the one who knows from. And so are you. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you soon.